This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is, Wednesday, July 13th, 2016. The title of this rant will be Fall in Line, Bernie Bros. Hillary Rodham Clinton headed for a landslide. Throw in the towel and let's move on. So I want to be just real brief about this. Bernie did endorse Hillary yesterday. That was almost mid-July. At this point in March, Hillary basically had won. Everyone knew that at the time. I pointed this out. Many others pointed this out long before I did. And there was just no conceivable way that he could win the nomination, even at that point in March. I think that was after Super Tuesday, something like that. And he's been running along. Hillary has been very gracious in allowing him to rant and rave as he's gone through the whole thing. Now he has thrown in the towel, let's say. He has fully endorsed Hillary. She has allowed quite a few of his people to be on the Democratic Platform Committee in terms of what their stands are going to be. They got a lot of things that if Hillary did not have any opposition, probably would not have been on the Democratic platform. And let's hope that those people who are behind Bernie push Hillary through the election and into her term to go after all of these things. But it is time to fall in line. I want to make a quick comment to watch somebody yesterday who was it, sane progressive, who I sometimes think should actually be termed insane progressive. Again, you know, it's in alcohol, in addiction circles, there's an old joke, and it is that the alcoholic is sitting down with the intake counselor at the rehab and talking about how, let's just say it's a guy, how he really didn't think that he's really, that bad off. And the intake counselor basically says, hey, listen, buddy, the war is over. You lost. And that's what I would say to sane progressive and to everyone else who's on that far left, okay? Forget about Nevada, forget about Arizona, forget about, Brooklyn, all the exit polling and the voter fraud and the corporatist that she is, the shrill that she is, the warmonger she is. She's the nominee. That's it. And this actually could be the time with Trump as the opposition that perfect storm can actually occur. That the Obama legacy, as he's going out after 8 years, could be, let's just say, fully embraced and fully enhanced to an extent that we've never seen for progressives ever. And I implore the Bernie Bros to fall in line and to realize this is one tremendous opportunity because Trump goes down, Senate goes back to the Democrats, possibility that the House could go back. So the types of things that the Bernie Bros have been itching, screaming, crying for, comprehensive immigration reform, global climate change, the full acceptance, the full embrace that we need to do something about it, the increase of the minimum wage, the taxing of the rich especially in terms of transaction tax, that transaction tax on Wall Street, get out that loophole for the hedge fund managers on Wall Street, corporate taxing, other things that may not have even been an issue. Sensible gun legislation that could come out. Of course, gay marriage and LGBT issues are out there. The overthrowing of Citizens United could actually come up in the first Hillary term with, let's just say, 2, possibly even 3 new Supreme Court justices. One would be replacing RBG, one would be replacing Scalia, so that would have a firm majority for overturning Citizens United. And some other things that haven't been talked about too much. Sensible gun legislation, especially in light of what's happened in the last week. At the same time, we know that the Republicans in the House wouldn't even bring it up for a vote because the Freedom Committee, the Freedom Caucus said, fuck you. Basically, that's what they said. We don't care who's dying. And of course, the Senate didn't even want to approve any Zika legislation. because they wanted poison pill amendments in there to cut out stuff for Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, and for Planned Parenthood. You know, the usual types of stuff. Couldn't have a straight line bill. So, sensible gun legislation. Also, the fact that with the enhancement of the Affordable Care Act, the public option could actually come into play. So, you know, what was the graph that was out there yesterday? Stock market's way up, jobs are way up, the unemployment rate is way down, a whole host of things. But Obama's not getting credit for any of that type of stuff. Stock market reached the highest point both for the Dow and the S&P 500 yesterday, ever. Okay, and of course, when Bush went out of office, it was like at 7,000. Now it's at 18,000. And of course, the average Republican will say, hey, you know, the shit's going on. Nothing's going good in America, right? When Obama came into office, about 10% unemployment. Now there's about 5% unemployment. Is there more work to be done? Yes, much more work to be done. Do we need to raise the minimum wage? Yes, we do. Do we need to make college more affordable? That was another thing that Hillary can do. So all of these things that Bernie has been screaming for that have a very good chance to be enacted if Hillary is elected, and Hillary's elected in a landslide. And for all this stuff, you know, you can't keep playing, you know, the last war. You can't keep fighting the last war. That war is over. You know, you lost. That war is over. So you either need to get on board with Hillary or, you know, we can have Trump. I don't see that as a good alternative. One other thing about the Trump issue, you know, the way it looks in terms of the states right now, because really everything's decided by the states. So all of this general election, 3 points up, 2 points up, that really doesn't matter. It's what's going on in the states. I think there's some polling going to come out later today. You know, but as of let's say this morning, right now, in the battleground state, Hillary is leading in all of the battleground states, and it looks like she could get upwards of 340 electoral votes. So in the battleground states, Iowa, Ohio, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Florida, she's ahead in all of them. All right, so she could lose some of them and actually still win. Was there another one? Colorado, too. New Mexico, Nevada. Nevada's in play. They say Arizona could actually be in play. So this is looking really, really good. And so falling in line is the exact right thing to do. Bernie did the right thing. He totally endorsed her. It may not have looked as good as optic-wise, but this is a tremendous opportunity right now for all progressives, all Democrats. If you're not going to be, if you're only going to be a Democrat and not a progressive, if you're progressive, I guess you're not a Democrat, etc. To get the enhancement of the Obama legacy to just continue on and to add to that substantially. This is the time.